Hello, I'm John Bachman. The president has pushed ahead with new drastic changes on Cuban-American relations. Now a bipartisan group of senators want to see Congress take it a step further by pushing to end travel restrictions to Cuba. 8 senators, 4 Republicans and 4 Democrats, announced the legislation on Capitol Hill this afternoon. They say it would help foster change in Cuba as the U.S. moves to reestablish and normalize diplomatic ties.
Now, there are no guarantees that this will bring democracy next year or the next, but I think it's far more likely to set conditions where democracy will come sooner.
But I think we're going to see dramatic change in Cuba if there is more travel, exchange, and business between our two countries.
But the bill still faces obstacles in the House and the Senate. And just yesterday, Cuban President Raul Castro said he wanted Guantanamo back as part of a deal to normalize relations. Also on Capitol Hill, it appears the bill to build the Keystone XL pipeline is on its way to passage in the Senate. Senators agreed to close the debate on a measure, by 62 to 35. 9 Democrats supported ending that debate, which ends the filibuster, including Joe Manchin of West Virginia and Claire McCaskill of Missouri. President Obama continues to threaten a veto if it goes to his desk. And some fireworks on Capitol Hill as well when Code Pink protesters interrupt an Armed Services Committee hearing today on Capitol Hill, prompting an angry response from Chairman John McCain.
Get out of here, you low-life scum.
This was the protest that led up to that comment from McCain. These protesters were accusing former Secretary of State Henry Kissinger of war crimes in Vietnam, Cambodia, and Laos. Capitol Police escorted them without incident. McCain then thanked Kissinger for, quote, saving his honor during the Vietnam War. Kissinger, as well as former Secretaries of State George Shultz and Madeleine Albright, were also testifying on global problems and U.S. national security in that Armed Services Committee hearing. There's no word on the fate of a Japanese journalist and Jordanian pilot threatened with death hours after a deadline set by the Islamic State passed. The pilot's father has urged kidnappers to have mercy on a fellow Muslim and spare his life. The wife of the Japanese hostage begged the Japanese government and the Jordanian government to finalize a prisoner exchange that would spare the captives' lives. Jordan says it will not release its prisoner without proof from the terrorists that the pilot is still alive. In Mexico City, conflicting reports on a deadly explosion at a children's hospital. The mayor of that city says 2 people are dead, while Reuters is reporting that at least 7 were killed. Dozens more were injured. The explosion occurred as a tanker making a routine gas delivery to the hospital, and the kitchen there exploded. Back here at home, there has been a major counterfeiting bust ahead of the Super Bowl. Federal authorities and the NFL have seized nearly $20 million worth of knockoff sports memorabilia among the counterfeits, jerseys, and Super Bowl-related merchandise. We'll have another Newsmax Now update coming up for you in 30 minutes. Now, here's the Steve Malzberg Show live from New York.